So now at this point, our command for watching our SAS files, I'm just going to hit up until we see this, it's getting kind of long, and it's not something that's very easy to remember off the top of your head. So instead of struggling with this, let's go ahead and start adding some notes to our project. So I'm going to go to our project folder, and using a text file for this would be fine, but using a markdown file is even better because it reads like text, but then we can view it in a markdown viewer to have it look more like HTML. Now the extension for a markdown file is .md, but it works just like a text file. So I'm going to create a new file in here, and we're going to call this README in all capital letters, just because it's conventional, .md. Now you can use a special markdown editor for markdown files, but I'm just going to open this up in TextEdit, which is Mac's version of a text editor. And I'm just going to add a heading for notes. And the way you can delineate a heading in Markdown is by using 2 hash symbols. And I'll add a note that includes the command that we're using in order to watch the SAS files. And I'll jump over to Terminal, and I'll copy this, paste it in, and I'll save this. Okay, so at this point, is there anything else that we should add to this README file? Anything that our future selves or other people working on this project might need to know? Well, if we go back to our file structure here, because of the tools that we're using, there's a lot of documentation that we don't need to do. For example, one of the big things that we would want to let somebody else working on this project know is that we're using SAS, and we're using a SAS extension called SAS globbing. However, we're now documenting that in our gem file, and we're documenting the specific versions of each one that we're using, both in the gem file and the gemfile.lock file. Another choice that we've made is organizing our SAS according to components, but our file structure says a lot about the way that we're thinking about our CSS. And so this is a bit self-explanatory too, at least to other front-end developers who have some experience with the idea of components or modules. So for now, we've captured a lot just in our file structure and in using package managers or dependency managers like Bower and Bundler. And so we don't really need to make a lot of notes at this point. The one thing we do have a chance of losing though is the rather verbose command that we're using to watch our CSS, since it pulls in Bundler and SAS globbing and isn't just a simple watch statement anymore. So we've captured that, and we should be good to go.